Welcome back. So this is going to be the Scorpio mid-July you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you might be dealing with, Scorpio. Keep in mind, all of the messages can be interchangeable, especially if you're cross-watching. And it can be an intimate or a platonic person that this is resonating with, so keep an open mind. Also, if you've been following me, this is a new setup, so I'm just testing it out. Let me know if you like it. Give me a like or a comment down below. All right, so Scorpio, the shared energy or karma between you and the person that you are connecting with is the square. So this is all about challenges. This could be a very challenging dynamic for you, or there could be some tension here between you and the person that you're connecting with. This talks about getting motivated, right? So taking like frustrations and tensions and etc. and letting it motivate you. So some of you are being encouraged to do that or are doing that, or that's what this connection has brought out with both people involved. All right, so it does also talk about working things out and a reconciliation type of energy. So we'll see where this is headed. Scorpio, your overall supporting energy is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is all about trust and, you know, having faith. And I talked about this in the weekly readings that I did last week, right? So faith is you know, making a statement to the universe that what you want wants you, whether you can see it or not, that you know that better things are coming for you, whether you can see it or not, and it holds space open, so to speak, for things to come in and things to manifest a lot easier, versus like when you're in this energy of despair, Scorpio, or hopelessness. It's really hard to manifest anything you want because you're not holding any space open, okay? So you're kind of like drowning in that emotion, if you will. You're underwater, so to speak, when that's where your focus and attention is being given to. So this is saying, Scorpio, be on the other end of that scale and trust and have trust. You know, that things are working out for you, even if it appears challenging right in this moment, okay? So let's see what the person you are connecting with. They have the Emperor, so this is all about wisdom. You know, taking the past and making it wiser, letting it make you wiser. So that may be something that this person has learned or is learning during this time frame. I feel like this person is coming from this place where they felt that they needed to control everything, okay? And they may have been very controlling, or maybe like a very controlling persona, okay? But I feel like this person is getting to this point where they realize that they really don't have control, so to speak, over anything external to them, and that really all they can control is themselves. And so that's kind of like the conclusion that this person is reaching during this time frame, or is being encouraged towards, okay? So that's just the beginning. Let's go further. I'm going to go into your perception of each other, how you genuinely feel, the past energy, blockages, and future outcome. And as an added bonus, I'm going to do some advice from the Law of Attraction deck as well at the end. So let's go ahead and see, Scorpio. What events led up to this? What energy led up to this for my Scorpios? So you have the Knight of Wands here, the Nine of Wands, the Three of Cups. So leading up to this, Scorpio, I think that you made a decision to protect your happiness, you know, to kind of surround yourself by people and energy that feels more supportive to you, okay? Because I feel like there's a sense of being a bit guarded, or just feeling like you need to place distance there, all right? but it's so that you can be more like comfortable with yourself. So you may have felt like you needed to kind of guard yourself, or put some walls up so that you could feel free to be who you are and enjoy who you are. And it's like this energy, Scorpio, of only really wanting to be around like minds, and you're just not really interested in people that make you feel like you need to be on the defense, or that provoke. Okay, so I feel like you're not really looking for that experience right now, or people who bring you that experience, or at least in the recent past. Okay, I do see that you have supportive energy here. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so you have some people, you know, in your life, Scorpio, that genuinely want to be there for you. Okay, but you have to let your guard down a little bit, and I think you're just being very selective with your inner circle, and that's so Scorpion-like to do, right? And yeah. So let's see what this person's recent past energy is. The Ace of Wands and the Hanged Man. And then the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So, Scorpio, I feel like this person that you have been connecting with, they've been finding a lot of passion and desire. It's like a renewal of desire, a renewal of like creativity for some of them. They, you know, have gotten a different perspective here, and it's like they were going about things in a way that they thought would be practical, or they may have been trying to like slowly approach or slowly make some progress with you for some of you, and they've gotten another perspective on it. They may have changed their perspective on doing that, or changed their perspective on how to do that, or whether to do that at all. But there is a change here in the way that they see the situation, in the way that they see you, that kind of put a halt here in their progress, all right? But this person is being driven, at least in the recent past, by desire, by want, by passion, whether that's in a sexual sense or in like the passion for desire and life, and or creativity or whatever. That's what their main driver is here. All right. So let's go into perception, Scorpio, and see what your perception is of each other. You have the Emperor here, the Knight of Swords, and Judgment. So keep in mind that, you know, perception is surface level. It's your truth, but it's not maybe necessarily the truth of the situation. But we'll go into perception, and then we'll go to the core. All right. So your perception of the connection is that it's been released for a lot of you. Or if it's not been released, like in the physical, this is saying the judgment towards the connection has been released on your side or their side, or both. Or that's what you're wanting, okay, for a few of you. But when you see this connection, you see it as the Emperor, which is interesting, Scorpio, because they showed up as the Emperor. So it's the same card, different deck. So it's like this connection has brought you a lot of wisdom as well, okay, about, in particular, what to hold on to and what to let go of, when to communicate and when not to. Sometimes, you know, it's like, oh, I see. Okay, I'll come back to that. Sorry, I got another message. It's like, this connection made you wiser, okay? Whether you're still in it or not, absolutely. More aware, I think, of how important communication is, you know? And I think that you see this person as maybe running from communication so that they can release, you or the connection or something else they're dealing with, or you have done that, possibly. But there's something being learned from that either way. You know, it's like this connection required you to almost play a game of chess, so to speak. Some of you feel like that, you know, like very strategic. All right, so you've had to be very strategic within the connection, or you felt like this person was being strategic. That's a really interesting message to get. And really what I'm getting here, Scorpio, on the basis of it all, on your side and their side, is the need to control, or the desire to be the one, like, to be the one to say, I'm in control, you know, like, to be the one to feel like they have the upper hand. You know, like they have the ability to reach out whenever they want. Or you want to feel that way, like someone wants to feel like they have the upper hand, all right? So this person views the connection as Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. It's so, really? It's so funny because you both have the Knight of Swords. So you have so many, you have already a few repeating cards here. So this person's perception, Scorpio, of the connection. Okay, so there's, I mean, this person feels a little bit confused about the connection. I think there was a lot of confusing communication, miscommunication, or like illusionment around it, or maybe not even truthful communication, right? Like it was definitely an issue here of that. This person sees movement forward, okay, whether that's together or apart. I feel like this person sees this connection as something that they, in a way, are committed to, or some of you are downright in a commitment with this person. That's definitely possible. If you are in a current committed relationship, there's a lot of communication problems here. Like one person like running from communicating what they actually feel, and the other person doesn't really know how they feel, and maybe over communicating. So, but really, even if you're not in a commitment, that could be the dynamic here. One over communicates, one doesn't communicate enough, and vice versa, and things like that. So that's definitely something that has to be, oh, it doesn't have to be, but that's a shared frustration on both sides. So in order to get on the same page, you would have to share that frustration and be open and honest about it to get that corrected. But this person feels that frustration here. They, but like I said, they have a commitment to the connection. They do feel that there is a spiritual component to the connection, that it has the capacity to move on to a new chapter or a new phase. But like there has to be some clear up here. Like this person wants to clear up communication with you. But I think that they don't think that you're open to it, and some of you aren't, you know, and some of you are, but you don't really know. You don't really know, I guess, what to say and how to say that, but also still feel in control. Well, you can't. You have to relinquish one or the other, and some of you really want to hold on to control, but control is making you miserable. So maybe try the other and see how that feels, you know, or this person is so determined to save face that they would rather be miserable, but it feels miserable. And so maybe they should ask themselves if that's what the emotion they're looking for, right? Because when our actions don't line up with what our inner selves, our inner being, our highest good, when our actions don't line up with that, then we feel sad, we feel icky, we feel unhappy, because that is your inner guide's way of telling you that the action that you're taking is not in alignment with what you actually want. because your inner being knows always what you actually want. Your inner being always knows what your heart actually wants. It does not listen to your ego. It does not listen to the chatter up here. It listens to the vibration, right? So for some of you, your inner guide has been speaking to you because it's showing you this action makes you feel like this, which does not feel good, and so choose another action. I think that this person's inner being is speaking to them as well, saying the same thing. But it could be on their side, could be on your side, you know. So that was perception. That was actually surface level, believe it or not. So now we're going to go into the core. So, you know, underneath all of that, at the heart of things, what is your vibration? What is your genuine desire? What is it that you genuinely feel towards the connection? All right, so Scorpio, you have the 10 of Swords, the Star, and the 5 of Wands, and how you genuinely feel. And the World. And that card fell out earlier. Okay. So this is a bit complex here. So Scorpio. Oh. Okay, so you want to, some of you genuinely want to release the connection because you don't want the inner struggle anymore, and you want to feel like you're the one that came out on top. Yeah, you want the upper hand. You want to feel like you are successful, and that, that you have overcome this internal struggle to hold out hope in a connection that you feel is hopeless. So it's so interesting that those two words came to mind again, hope and hopeless. And while it's okay to let go of connections, absolutely, never go into a place of hopeless, because even when a connection ends, there is still hope of a new connection or a renewed connection, because you can have a new connection within the same connection. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have a new beginning with the same person in a different way. Or you could have a new beginning with a new person in a different way. But either way, there's so many variable good outcomes that come from when we truly release. And so I think that you need to stay in the vibration of hope and see the bigger picture and all of the different outcomes that could be, and not just the most likely outcome that first comes to your mind, because you don't really need this struggle here. This internal struggle here kind of keeps for things from closing out appropriately. Okay, so you're trying to close out a chapter where you were holding hope, and you did not see the potential outcomes. So also when you don't hold potential outcomes in your energy, and all you feel and all you can concentrate is on what did happen and what was and what is, and it limits your experience of what could be. I don't know if that's coming out right, but I think that your hope is to release so that you can have hope. You know, it's like you just want it to be done. You just want it to be done. You want the challenges to be done. You want these people you feel guarded against to be away, or this person. You're having a hope for a new beginning here, and but yet you expect it to be a struggle, which is so interesting. So you're coming at this expecting a struggle, and be careful of where you place expectation, Scorpio. And if I could offer you a better feeling thought, as opposed to expecting it to be a fight or expecting it to be a struggle, expect that it will come naturally and easy, and to have hope, because you deserve it, because you really do. This person that you are dealing with, what is their energy here for Scorpio? We have the Knave of Cups. How do they genuinely feel? The Wheel. Whoa. The Four of Swords. How do they genuinely feel? Okay. And the Moon. Well, this person genuinely feels frustrated, and I felt that frustration here as well, okay? This person may genuinely feel that you hate them or that you're angry at them, which prevents them from coming forward, because why would you come forward if you thought you were going to get your head bitten off? You know what I'm saying? So, or vice versa, you may feel that way about them. Because I do feel frustration on this person's side, but I don't feel hate, just frustration, okay? So I think this person, they genuinely want things to move forward, for new timing to be here, for change. They want peace, they want quiet, they want healing, they want, they have a dream here, Scorpio, that they have not expressed, or they have emotion here, a lot of emotion, and that is that some of it is frustration, but very little of it. They have a lot of emotion that they want to talk about, but they don't feel safe to do it. All right, so for whatever reason that is, it's gonna be different for all of you. They may suppress emotion as well. They may not want to express it. But I don't think so. I think that they do, but some of them don't. But there's a frustration here, or feeling like, well, they'll be met with frustration or anger. You know. So, let's see what your blockages are, Scorpio. You got a card flip. Where'd it go? So your blockage is the Devil. This is Scorpio. You know, there's a codependency here, you know, and I think that it's like negative thinking gets in your way, or needing like this person to behave a certain way so that you behave a certain way, or needing this person to do a certain thing so that you can feel a certain way, or vice versa, you know, so that could be a real challenge here. This person's blockage is the Seven of Pentacles, so it's a bit of laziness here. This person, they're uncomfortable. That's what it is. Not laziness, although maybe for some. It's more uncomfortable. They're uncomfortable. They're uncomfortable in the connection. For some of you, they're too comfortable. Okay, so I feel like the large majority of you, especially if you're in separation, is this person's uncomfortable. They're afraid to express themselves. If you're in a committed relationship, this person is comfort zoning. They may be a little too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Not enough passion, things like that. So, what's the future energy here? So the potential future outcomes can be changed with free will. Keep that in mind. I'm just giving you a snapshot of what it currently looks like. Ah! Whoa. All right, so you have the Four of Cups, the King of Cups, the Hierophant, the King of Wands, and the Chariot. So, Scorpio, you're emotionally detaching yourself from someone, something, so that you can get emotionally in tune with yourself, so that you can have some peace. You know, because like I said earlier, I feel like you're kind of, you don't want You don't want to feel guarded. You don't want to feel challenged. You want to feel at peace. You want to feel calm. You want to be okay with who you are and where you're at. And if that means detaching, then that's what you'll do, you know. And now, when a Scorpio detaches, it's not necessarily like an easy process for you. Even if it seems easy on the surface, because you're an emotional sign and your emotions run very, very, very deep. And so it can require a lot of time for you to be able to kind of separate that. And I see that's what you're wanting to do here. And what you're looking for is some enlightenment here. The answers. You're looking for the answers. What is the answer? You know, what is the answer? You know, and I feel like it hasn't come easily in anything that you've tried up until now. So this is another attempt to understand, you know, and I think that you gained some really, really important information during this time frame that helps you to gain the confidence, the absolute confidence to move on or to move forward or go towards what it is that you want. I think it's going towards what you want, because you're going into this energy here of not just confidence, but it's like a go-getter, you know, go-getter energy, or this energy goes for what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you sit and you think about it and you ruminate and you release some emotion here. You get a higher understanding, for some of you, a message. But I feel it's a message from spirit, but it could be from anywhere. And then that like boosts your ego or your confidence, and you're like, I'm going for it. Well, go on, Scorpio. Go for it. So let's see what this person's future outgo is. I wanted to do like a slow clap for you. There you go, Scorpio. All right, so the person that you're connecting with, their future energy, 7 of Swords. So there's that disappointment, Temperance, Justice, Ace of Cups. Oh, yeah. So this person, yeah, there's disappointment. There's frustration for sure. But also, I feel like this person is also getting into this energy of just being very confident and patient and okay with being who they are and with themselves if they need to be. And they're getting some justice over here as it pertains to love, or a rebalancing of the scales as it pertains to love. This person has the Ace of Cups, so they have a lot of love for you, Scorpio, or they have love to offer you during this time frame if you're accepting of it. Okay, so you would have to be accepting of it. But this person, they wait for you in love, you know. Does that make sense? Or they wait for you out of love. It's like this person has taken a disappointment in the past and they've allowed it to make them better and more confident and more loving. And where is that directed at? Oh, my camera's gonna cut off. Oh. It's directed at the Emperor, which is them, self-love. So this person is learning all about self-love here, Scorpio. If you are a male Scorpio, they could be totally in love with you because this is all masculine energy, and the Emperor reminds me of Aries and Scorpio. If you're a female Scorpio, and really it could be male or female, then it's more of a self-love journey that this person is on, but they still hold emotion for the connection, if that makes sense. This person wants to be able to let their defenses down, but they also have to, hold on a second. Sorry about that. My camera is going to cut off because the reading is so long. But they also have to relinquish some control. Okay, so that's what this person is learning. That is their challenge. You are like already in the process of doing that, and having more faith, okay, will be really important during this time frame. And get ready for an epiphany, Scorpio, because this looks good over here. You know, this is like getting in tune with who you really are, you know. And so the overall law of attraction advice was, getting yourself feeling good before you take action is the best process. For when you do not feel good, you cannot be inspired to any action that will solve the problem. So essentially what's it saying? It's saying exactly what this reading was about, was you need to get in a place where you feel good about yourself, where you are expecting the best, where you know what you deserve, and where you have that confidence. And Scorpio, as soon as you get into that space, as soon as you get into alignment, whatever move you make, whatever action you take after that will go exactly as you wanted it and exactly as planned. And these challenges will lift for you, but you got to get really certain with who you are and aligned with who you are and come from a place of faith. All right, so zodiac signs you might be dealing with, Scorpio. You have Cancer energy, Taurus energy, Aquarian energy, Leo, Libra, Capricorn, Aries. I have Aries out a lot. Okay, so, but like I said, I have a bunch of other signs. Libra is here too. Pisces is here. Taurus again. Yeah. So that's your reading, Scorpio. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know if you like this new format. I'm playing around with that a little bit. Please do give me a like, share, and subscribe. Also, please do comment. I love to read your comments. If you like my outfit and what I'm wearing, you can get it for yourself at my sister's online boutique, avasophiaboutique.com. Also linked on my community section and on my Facebook. My Facebook and Instagram are linked in the description box below. Follow me there for more fun stuff. Till next time, my friends. Namaste. Bye.